question is, do you honestly think you could defend yourself in a situation like this?
No, he's not.
Has he got a knife?
Yeah. Get off him, you fucking rat. You! He's cutting him, he's cutting him.
Yes! Yes! Get up! Get up!
There's a cop, back off, back off, back off.
So what happened? We had a man on the floor, the victim, Stephen, who was attacked by an illegal immigrant, and he attempted to cut his head off. Let's look at this from 2 points of view. We'll look at it from the point of view of the victim, Stephen, and then we'll look at it from the point of view of the third-party intervention, i.e. the people that tried to help him at the end. The reality is, you shouldn't be getting into this position in the first place. This guy has a knife. And a lot of the moves that you've been practicing probably didn't involve someone holding a sharp implement of some sorts. What does this mean? It means a lot of the stuff that you could traditionally use to break free of this kind of amount won't work. That's taking aside the fact that you have already been injured and you are now covered in blood. So is the attacker. Have you ever tried to grab hold of someone when they're covered in blood? It is like the best lubricant in the world. So trying to do any kind of a grab here isn't going to work. Remember, good self-defense is all about awareness and avoidance, which means having really good behavior analysis skills. Even if you have a basic ability to understand when somebody is behaving a little bit predatorial, that's going to help you a long way. However, Stephen was a vulnerable adult. He was disabled and he was easy pickings for a predator like his attacker. So the rest of you are going to have really good awareness skills, okay? And it means that you're not going to allow someone to get you into this position in the first place. If you have failed so many opportunities to escape and avoid it. So let's just pretend, for argument's sake, you found yourself in this position, it's gone wrong, and now you have a man who is completely mounted you and is trying to or threatening to cut your head off. In this particular incident, we had the victim laying on the floor and we had the attacker mounting him with a knife. And that is what we want to achieve in terms of the scenario for today. But we have to start with the basics. So we start with basic knife defense and then we work towards the specific scenario. When it comes to any kind of knife training, you have to appreciate pressure, which means it's okay to do some slow motion drills. So if I want to introduce you to the concept of the trajectory lines of knife attacks, right? I can do some slow stuff and I can teach you how to deflect. So you can do some deflection and you can get your head around it. But that is literally in the first stage of learning about anything to do with a knife. Then we have to apply pressure. What I find is people apply pressure, they don't do it correctly. Which means if you and I train with this knife all day now today, and I constantly tell you your goal is to try and stab me, the first few times that you try will be the least successful. But as the day goes on, you learn my movement patterns and you adjust how you attack. Yeah. If someone's trained with a knife, your chances of surviving are like minimal. So if I hold the knife in here like this, and I'm trained and I use my other hands to strike, I'm coming in, and I'm coming from all of these obscure angles, it's got zero chance. We have to respect the fact that that's true. The people, for the most part, right, that are attacking other people with knives aren't trained knife fighters. It's all limbic mode. It's gross motor. It's gross motor. They're not coming in like this, trying to prove a point. And I see that a lot in pressure-tested self-defense. People will try and say, there's nothing you can do against a knife. Not if they're trained, or if they're attacking the way you are, which is not how people attack. I could easily come to you right now and say, right, see what you can do to stop the knife. You try and grab it, grab my hand, I'll do this. you've got zero chance. And the reason is because I know you're going to try and defend it, and I'm trying to make a point. But we have to go into the mindset of the attacker. The first thing is this: how you present yourself when you see a knife, okay, is really important. So if that knife gets presented, the first thing I do is I give you what you want to start with, which is fear. Fucking hell, mate. And now look what I've done. I've created what's called a threat magnet, which means my hands are creating a natural obstacle here, which means my tiny reflex response, if you go to stab me, will be this. I'll just create a natural obstacle. Change the angle of trajectory. So it's the start point. All I'm doing is I'm just changing that position from here. This is how I'm starting. I'm giving myself a starting block. Do it again, but I'm going to be much more strong. I'm going to grab it this time. Okay? Now this is what you'll see. You'll see this loads in videos online. Are you going to do that? Do it properly. The reality of what you're going to do is it's a bit like a dominoes effect, okay? I grab your wrist, you'll pull it, you'll pull it. Then you'll bring your other hand into the equation. That's what you're going to be dealing with. It's a domino effect. Violence has this cascading effect. You'll just keep evolving what you do. I do not want to be grabbing that knife. My danger, the perspective of my danger is going to increase. All I want to do is create deflections and fucking escape.
Yeah.
When I'm dealing with knives. I start by presenting myself. You see the knife, you present, the hands need to come out. You're creating a natural obstacle. I don't want to be doing this with my thumbs, because it's going to break straight through the middle of my thumbs. I need to be using big, strong parts of my palm.
Yeah.
Okay? I present. That might be enough. Listen, man, you've got time to negotiate. Look, don't hurt me. Come on, I've got family. Look, don't hurt me. You're leaving. You're leaving. You're backing away. Yeah, fucking right. Don't come near me ever again. I'll fuck you up. So you're in the sphere of threats with this, okay? If I want to kill you, my objective is just to kill you, you're 90% chance you're not going to see the knife anyway. I'm going to stab you in the back. While you're eating your fucking chicken noodle soup, I'm going to sneak in. I'm going to stab you in the back of the neck. So most attacks are ambush attacks when the intention is to kill or harm. If the knife comes out and I present it, odds are this is a threat.
Yeah.
I want something. I want you to be scared. I want your watch. I want your phone. I want you to regret what you just said. I want to feel big. That's why I'm presenting this knife to you. Otherwise, I would have taken it out and I'd be lunging. And that first strike would have probably entered your body somewhere. So we want to minimize the way that it enters, okay? So the hands need to be up. You're going to present yourself. So when that knife comes out, yes, strong. And if it persists and I'm being aggressive with it, good. So I'm going to try and enter the body. I'm in limbic mode too. This is a big physiological experience for me, who's the attacker. There's a lot of adrenaline involved in this situation. It's not going to be underwater ninja. Yeah. This isn't what it's going to look like. I'm going to stand over this way. So I'm going to present, and then your intentions are sinister. So attack me with a knife. Listen, mate, I'm not looking for trouble. Please, please, I'm not looking for trouble, mate. I'm not looking for trouble, mate. Please stop. Listen, mate, come on, don't do it. Don't do it, mate, please. Look, I've got a family, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh. Woo! You good?
Yeah.
There's enough shredding. So what happened there is slowly, very slowly, without actually causing any harm. Go slowly for me for demonstration. I'm deflecting. All my deflections are here. My arms stay out the whole time. I'm there. Boom, I'm striking. I might use a fist, boom, which you probably felt.
Yeah, I've done that.
But it didn't stop you. So you still persisted. I can't escape. Eventually you're going to end up fucking stabbing me, which is why I came in here. I came in, I positioned myself where when I come closer, the knife moves away from my body. I did a temporary pin and got into the head. Prioritize was stop that trajectory quickly, there, boom. Brace, head. I might get stabbed in the side or in the ribs, but once I've decided that I'm going to go in and do some kind of a pin, I'm getting straight into your face. What I don't want to do, this is where you'll see it all go fucking wrong, is I come in, and then this is my game. And I'm trying to do this. You're just going to get fucked. You're just going to pick me up and just slam me on the floor. I'm going to shut your brain down as quickly as possible. I block, he's still coming at me, I block, I come in, I go into the head. Quickly and aggressively as possible. Stephen was fully pinned on the floor with his arms trapped underneath the attacker. So we have to figure out how we're going to escape from that kind of a pin. And it isn't going to work if it's something too technical and fancy, so we have to break that one down first. Right, and your arm's pinned. Try and resist against it. You can't.
Yeah.
Why? The reason you can't is because in this training situation, I've just said apply pressure. Your instinct is to go against where the pressure's coming from. But what if I said go like f***? Everything changes.
Yeah.
The idea of pressure and strength
is always against.
It's always against the resisting force. No matter where that is, go like fuck. I can't maintain pressure and force in that multitude of a direction all at once.
All the time, yeah.
I can go very strongly down. Right, I've pinned your arm. And if you try and push up, or a little bit of a pull, it's not going to happen. This is easy for me. Go like that. It's not possible.
Yeah.
So we have to engage chimpanzee mode, and we have to fucking shake it up hard. Kneel. So I'm in full mount.
Yeah.
I'm in this position here where I'm trapping your arms. So it's a real struggle. It's a real struggle, and I'm stabbing you in the neck. You need to get free. You're still in danger. So you've got your arms out, but you're still in danger. Now what you need to do, oh, that's good, yep. Not the back of the head, that's not going to work. Yeah, head, face. So what you want to be doing is your hands are outstretched. Good. Creating a natural block wherever this comes. Focus on the knife. Oh, yep, oh, it's good. Oh. The priority in the moment shouldn't be to get off the floor as quickly as possible and essentially escape from this situation. And the reason is because if you put your focus towards some kind of an escape or leg lock or arm lock, you are taking your mind away from the knife, and it will only take a split second to end your life. So that's why our priority is on the knife, and then we can think about how we're going to escape as a second thought. So you took one straight in the jugular then?
Yeah.
Which is why we have to prioritise the deflection. Keep the hands up here. That's your natural deflection point. Wherever I go with this knife, your hands are going to follow. Okay? So wherever I go, you can open your hands out. Wherever I go, your hands are going to follow. Wherever I go, you're a magnet. You're a magnet. Just keep magnetised. Keep magnetised. Keep magnetised. It's creating natural position so that if anything happens, suddenly your hands are already there, because you're not going to have the reflex otherwise. Ignore it. Ignore the hand. Ignore the hand. Ignore that hand. But, good. Yeah. As you can imagine, this is a really tricky scenario. And most of the time, actually, under pressure, you'll find James was stabbed somewhere on his body. We practiced this for about an hour, and we slowly increased the pressure. And even though he did manage to get me off him in the end, most of the time he was stabbed somewhere in his body. This is super, super challenging.
Like I say, though, the arms are pinned.
The arms are pinned. People
Is there any way out of that?
go like...
But I mean, with legs or...
Yeah, there's techniques, but they're not going to work. The thing is, like, if you want to talk about, say, shrimping, so if I've got you here, I'm going to think about locking a leg, shrimping, turning.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about all of these technical moves. You're not going to remember to do any of that shit. The number one focus is that knife. Because like as you learn through one of the pressure testing scenarios, you got stabbed in the neck.
Yeah, sure, right.
I went straight in here, which is the end.
Yeah.
Your number one priority, even if it means you just have to stay laying on the floor. Even if that's what you have to do, because you fucking nothing else you can do, you stop that knife entering your throat. However, the best and most effective way to create an opportunity for your escape is to attack the genitals and the eyes. All the soft parts of the body that's going to cause big flinching maneuvers from the attacker is going to be where you'll find your opportunity to escape and do your move, do your shrimp, whatever it is you want to do, that's when your opportunity will come. Arms in here, maybe you've got hold of one. You've got to get the arms out. I'm not going to make that easy for you. Yeah. Oh. Prioritize the flexion of that knife because I don't want that knife entering vulnerable parts of my body. Chimpanzee mode. Attack the genitals.
Genitals is a good one in that position.
It's going to cause an autonomic reflex. When you go in here, it's going to cause a potential jerk.
Long enough, that half a second.
Yeah, exactly. So now the third party intervention side of things, the people that came to help Stephen, I know what I would have done. Look, the guys improvised really well. I think they were using a Hurley or something, but to keep their range from the guy who had the knife, they did really well. As good as they did, and they did an amazing job for helping him. I was watching the video thinking, is anyone going to help this bloke? Because he was laying there for quite a long time, and he was really, really hurt. He ended up having an eye cut out, and he was critically hurt. So, I mean, I would have loved, if that was me, I would have loved someone to have been a little bit quicker on the mark to help me, but they did a fantastic job in the end. They were brave for doing it. So this was a really new experience, and they didn't have any training, I would assume. And so that's where the hesitation and that sort of time frame came into it. However, with some training, even a little bit of exposure to this type of thing, potentially they would have reacted quicker. You're the attacker. The dummy represents Stephen in this instance. What happened when people approached to try and help, they had an object, which is the right thing to do. I don't know what he was using, a Hurley or some sort of an object. He was hitting him, trying to keep his distance. If you don't have anything and you need to come and get involved, I most certainly don't want to be approaching this person face on in this position here. Because what are you going to do when I come near you? Right. Now you've got the femoral artery, take these off. You've got the femoral artery, the femoral artery, which runs down here, comes on the inside and into the back of the legs like this. This is a high pressure artery equivalent to the carotid artery in your neck. You're going to start swinging that knife around. So yes, the idea of coming in and dropping a kick on you is great, but not at the cost of some sort of a femoral artery bleed out. The best and most sensible solution would be to approach from the arm that doesn't have a knife and from behind. So as I approach from behind, I can come in here, I can tear, and I can pull you off this target. I don't want to be engaging with this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to try and do this and do the pin because you're full of blood. You're going to snap your arm free, and now I'm just going to become a victim. Now, the people that approached him were obviously not trained as well. So if you're going to be involved in any kind of third-party intervention, you need to be trained. I mean, the guy used an object, which is great, but without training, you're just going to become a victim as well, right? But people, I guess, they just want to help. I'm going to approach from this angle. I'm going to come around. He's going to be engaging with people that are to his front, which means I can come in. I'm not going to come in and do this because I'm not going to risk the fact that you could just get your arm free and that I'm just going to get cut. Plus, it was a very small little blade. So I'm going to come in from this side, this angle. I'm going to come into the head. I'm going to come into the eyeballs very, very hard. And I'm going to pull him off the body. Very fast, very hard, very aggressive. We're trying to save a life. This guy is using lethal force. We can use, in accordance with UK law, the equivalent to the amount of force as is necessary to negate the spread. He's got a knife, so the thing that you need to do is going to have to be extreme. And the law will cover you for this. The law dictates we can use proportionate force, which means you can go inside the eyes. We're not talking about ripping eyeballs out or anything that's that level of sort of vicious intent, but we are going to be focusing on the soft parts of the face. So you can go in, you can close into the eyes and use that as leverage to then use a lot of force to pull him off. Very recently, there was an incident which has been completely backed by the police commissioner. And the incident was the guy with the knife. Did you see this? In the UK. So the guy had a knife and the police were kicking him in the head to try and get this knife out of him because he just wouldn't release it.
Oh, I did see it, yeah.
And the leader of the Green Party kicked off, said it needs to be investigated, whatever. But the chief of police publicly said, my guy did a great job.
Because he kicked him.
He kicked him in the head, but the guy's got a knife,
Yeah.
and he means intent with that knife.
Yeah.
So that, for me, quantifies exactly what we're saying about the legal side of what we're about to do. You come in to the adjacent side of the threat, you're out of his peripheral vision, and you grab hold of their head, disengaging from the target. The reason the police carry tasers, batons, handcuffs, pepper spray, work in numbers, have radio communication is because what they've learned over time is dealing with people like the attacker in this incident is so difficult and risky to your own personal health that they need to maximize the amount of equipment that they can use because it's really challenging. And that's what they've learned over time and real life pressure. And likewise, working in the industries that I've worked in, I've experienced this type of thing in real life. And trying to pin an arm on someone who's just stronger than you or covered in blood is really difficult. However, if you're working in numbers, everything becomes easier. Self-defense is about having good awareness and being able to avoid these situations in the first place. If your awareness skills have failed you and you haven't been able to avoid, then we need to focus on disengaging from this and escaping. That's the whole premise of this being self-defense. When it comes to third-party intervention, things get more complex because it's the opposite of disengagement. You are now putting yourself at risk into a situation. This is why we have professional industries that do this, security, police, etc. Okay? So when it comes to your self-defense, be careful, understand the risks. If you're going to get involved in something, you need to know that your risk is now higher. If you are the victim, your priority is to escape from this situation. Thanks. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this.